Hi, this is Center 2. It's called Before and After Bee Life Cycle. So it's called Before and After because it's before the bee becomes an adult. So we're talking about the early parts of the bee life cycle. And then after is when the bee is able to make honey. The first thing that you can do is reference this beekeeping laminated sheet, which is something that the students will have already seen in the introduction video, but just a reminder of how it looks like for the beekeeper to pull out the sheets from the beehive and what some of those pictures look like, just so that they have that reminder before they start the center. And this is called a Riker box, and it shows each of the stages, like where it's an egg, the larva, the pupa, all what the honeycomb looks like, the queen cell, and you can use this as a visual reference when you're talking about the stages on this sheet. This is the life of a honeybee worker. So you can explain that a honeybee lives for around 63 days. And these are all the life stages: the egg, the larva, the pupa, and when it becomes an adult, all of the activities that happen within that time frame. And then similarly with this, you can make a comparison with when a baby is born, when they go to school, when they become a grown-up and they start to work, and maybe make it a comparison so they understand what a life cycle means and how it might compare to that of a bee. Oh, also the last thing is here the development of a worker bee. So it shows how the bee develops within that honeycomb. This is an activity where they can sequence these pictures so they can arrange this into a story timeline for the bees. So the first one will be here where they're making the beehive. They have like the wood here with the sheets that they're putting into it. The second step will be the bee coming out and getting pollen from the flowers. The third step will be the bees coming back into the hive to build their honeycomb. The fourth step will be for the people to come and take the bee hive out. And then the fifth one will be for the removing the wax part off of the beehive so they can access the honey. And then the sixth one will be to actually make the honey and put them into jars. So the students don't see the numbers on the bottom. This is just the key for the volunteer. And then they'll take each laminated picture and they'll arrange them onto a paper in that order. And then the students can talk about what happens in each of those stages and make it a discussion point, make it a story of what's actually happening in that. So have fun, and thank you.